welcome to the 13th edition of the Toronto International Black Film Festival, created by the Fabian Calax Foundation and presented by TD in collaboration with Global News. The Toronto Black Film Festival runs from February 12th to the 17th, 2025, online and in person. You can find the complete program and grab your online all access pass, in person pass, and individual ticket on torontoblackfilm.com. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Juliet Mosey. I'm a broadcast journalist, film producer, director, and also the TBFF Black Market Coordinator. Before we begin, we acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississauga of the Credit, and Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and the Wendell people, and is now a home to many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and the Métis people. Today, we're talking about a very, very interesting topic called From Big Screens to Small Screens, how social media and content creators are redefining filmmaking. This panel explores the growing influence of social media platforms and content creators on the film industry. It dives into how short form films, videos, vlogs, and user generated content reshape traditional storytelling, audience engagement, and distribution. This discussion will also examine the opportunity and the challenges filmmakers face in adapting to this rapidly evolving digital landscape, where the lines between entertainment and social media are increasingly blurred. I have some speakers with me, incredible speakers with me. And I'm going to leave them to, introduce themselves. I do have Jasmine Bolton, Jessica Murray, Jamal Ward. I'm going to leave them to introduce themselves. Jessica, do you want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. I am Jessica Myrie. I also go by Jessie. I'm an actress, a model, a producer, and host. And yeah, I wear many different hats. You kind of have to when you're in this industry. I've been acting for 6 years now. And yeah, I mean, I can share more about you, I guess, as we talk myself. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you want me to share.
No, that's good. That's good for us. I mean, as we go on, we'll get to know more about you. Jamal, do you want to introduce yourself to us?
Sure. I'm Jamal Ward. I'm the owner of Flash Forward Media Group, a video production company here in Toronto. I'm the lead cinematographer on my team. I also have a YouTube channel where I help teach about the film world, better practices for business, and reviews on different products that's available in the film world.
Amazing. What about you, Jasmine?
Well, hi, I'm Jasmine Barton. I am a content creator and I mostly do lifestyle content on YouTube. I dabble a little bit in beauty and fashion, but my main focus is always lifestyle. I love shooting content. I love editing, I guess, not as much as shooting the content though, because editing takes a minute. Yeah, I enjoy everything that has to do with social media, really. I also do a bit of graphic designing too. I don't do it full time, but on contract basis. And yeah, I'm excited to have this conversation.
Nice, amazing. You know, aside from cinematographers and actual editors, there's the first time of me hearing somebody saying, I love to edit.
It depends on the content. If it's a short form content, yes. But vlogs normally are like 2-3 hours. I need to cut it down to like 30 minutes. So that I don't enjoy. But the TikToks and the reels, yes, for sure, I do.
Amazing. So this is our incredible speakers for this panel today. So this question is for anybody who wants to answer. How do you think social media is changing the way audience consume entertainment nowadays? You know, what does it mean for traditional filmmakers and content creators now?
I think what's happening is a lot of the content is now being like reduced. Like there's more short form content. I've seen like vertical shows, which I find very captivating. And, you know, you have to grab people's attention within seconds. And, you know, just using social media platforms and promotion is key to even getting sometimes funding, because you want to have a big presence to show that like if anyone's going to go behind your film, it definitely helps if you have a following. So I think it really does play a huge part now within the film industry for sure.
Anybody else want to add to it?
I think it's also really helping you to know in real time how people feel about the content that you're putting out right now. If you're putting out a movie, let's say, you don't know how well it's doing essentially until the film releases and the numbers come in, right? With social
Mm,
media and you post things right now, people can tell you right away if they like it or not based on the engagement, and then you
yeah.
have the ability to adjust accordingly, depending on what type of metrics you're seeing on there to make your content more captivating or more interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. I mean, the traditional filmmaking, when you're doing film on the bigger screen and then the smaller screens, normally you don't get to get the feedback from the audience right away. But like content creation, the smaller screen, oh my God, you're going to see right on the comment section, this is not okay. you know,
Right.
they kind of give it to you so easily right back. Just me wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see social media as the trailer for big movies now. Did you guys watch what is it, Megan? Has anybody watched Megan?
No, yeah.
I don't think so,
No?
no.
Oh, okay. The little doll, the robot doll, it was trending on TikTok for a while, even before the movie dropped. And I think for me, when I saw it, I even got more interested in watching the movie. So social media it can't even replace filmmaking, to be honest. It's just more like um, pushing people to be more interested in filmmaking, if I'm making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nowadays people can't even pay attention to like a 3 hour movie without scrolling on their phone. So if you really want to get people's attention, you have to focus a lot more on social media.
I really, really understand what you mean. So, like, when it comes to the distribution part of filmmaking, what you're
Exactly.
saying is social media is your best bet.
Yes, for
Exactly.
advertising, for sure. If you want to promote your film, you have to be on social media, no
Mm.
doubt. Being on different platforms definitely helps, because
Mm,
then you're getting different audiences that. But
Mhm.
promotion is key, because films are not even staying in theaters as long as they used to, and
mhm,
a lot of stuff is going to streaming, which people are taking in their content through their phone. So, if you have social media and something's being promoted that it's streaming, somebody might just be watching, that they might be watching their streaming on their phone, for instance.
mhm,
So they might just
Mhm.
go to, one of those apps and watch the film because they saw something on social media. It's like
mhm,
phone is pretty much how we're consuming content more than probably half of the time.
mhm.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I watch a full movie on TikTok. You would not even believe it. Like I would watch the first part and I'm eager to find the second part. So I'm either searching for it or just
Mhm.
scrolling, and best believe I can watch a full movie on TikTok now. So yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. For you, Jasmine, you were talking about short form videos, and how to, catch attention with those short form videos. What
Mhm.
strategies do you use to engage your audience with short form videos and
Uh,
social media content effectively?
well, so for me, I try to hook my audience in the first few seconds.
Mm,
If you don't give them something that attracts their attention, the first couple of seconds, they're going to scroll away. You have to be scroll worthy. So I like to start with something funny, something I already experienced, just grab their attention. And then I also like to use trending sounds here and there, stay relevant. I try to do a couple of challenges. I don't do a lot of it because I do lifestyle content. I like to be more relatable and personal than trying to follow trends,
mhm,
but people love personal content. So I try to share more of my personal life as well so they can relate to it. And yeah, pretty much that. I just try to keep my content very short because people's attention span is not that long.
limited
So
now. It's so true. It's like
yeah,
so limited now.
exactly. Yeah. So I try to make it very short and very captivating, very personal, and attention grabbing as well. Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm. Great. For you, Jamal, you are like a big time when it comes to, the film industry, like big, big. I was Googling you up, sorry. Big time when it comes to the industry, creating for the film, creating for commercials, like, corporate and all that. But you said you do YouTube as well.
Yes.
A cinematographer like you, what is your biggest challenge, when creating for, the smaller platforms like that? Because compared to other things that you do in the industry, I'll say YouTube to you will be kind of like a smaller platform for you. So what is your biggest challenge when you're going into that creation?
So I would say the biggest challenge for creating content for YouTube is just making sure it's just, I guess finding the balance between expressing my own personality with the information that I deem valuable to the people coming to my channel, right? Finding that balance. Because when I first started YouTube, I used to create an entire script and read it word for word off of a teleprompter, but it
What?
was
Wow.
it was like super robotic, and like
Yeah.
yes I was giving them a ton of information that was of value or whatever, but it wasn't me, right?
Mm.
I'm fun, like I like to enjoy people's interactions, like I smile a lot
Mhm.
and I do that kind of thing and I joke, right? So none of that was kind of being put into my YouTube video. So I had to try to find that balance of where now the way that I create a YouTube video is like I will find the facts that I know that I want to have in the video, list
Mhm.
them out in like point form, and then just express it the way that I would naturally express that information, right? And
Mhm.
I think just in terms of like the growth of my YouTube channel over the last like I'll call it a few months has significantly changed. There's a lot more engagement. People are watching, people are sharing, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff because I'm now combining the information with my personality in a way that people are like, I don't know, maybe more entertained, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I would say would probably be the most difficult part was trying to separate the whole technical, like being technically
Mhm.
perfect part of it and
Yeah.
sprinkling in my personality to the
Mm.
content I created.
So based on what you and Jasmine, based on what you guys have said about content creation, so content creation, you cannot bring that professionalism in there. You cannot bring like the part that, oh, I need this to be perfect. I need this to be camera worthy, screen worthy. When it comes to social media, you have to be yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. Some people enjoy the strict kind of content. It depends on your audience. I feel
Mm,
for me, my audience just love my personality. They would prefer I'm joking, I'm laughing, I'm just being myself, and that's
mm,
when they're more interactive with me.
mm,
Yeah, but I get with me. There are other people that are just very robotic. They have the
mhm,
script, and people like, especially those that tell the news on TikTok sometimes, sometimes it's just they don't
Mhm.
add personality, it's just very raw, and then they have their audience as well. So I guess it depends.
mm.
Yeah.
So, Jessica, do you see so we were talking about we did this panel discussion last year, and this year we're doing it in Toronto as well. We're talking about how AI is taking over the industry now. How if you don't advance yourself, AI will take your job. you know,
Mhm.
like we were talking about that, and some of the audience, some of the questions that we do got during those panel discussions were AI is not taking anybody's job. AI is like social media. It depends on how you see AI. Do you
Mhm.
see social media as a threat to the traditional filmmaking?
I,
And why? If you do, why? Because I'm so interested in this question.
as a
See it as a
threat,
threat?
or
Yeah,
you said
as a thread, I think.
as a threat.
Mhm,
I don't necessarily think it's a threat. I think it's also helping us to advance more.
Mhm.
I think in some ways it was a potential threat. Like for instance, there was a strike with the actors union, I think last year, and the reason for that was to prevent that from happening.
mm,
So I mean, there's certain things that are put in place to prevent it from happening. And then if we're talking about, within this industry, there's a lot of other, like, there are other things that like pertain to acting other than just to screen. Like I mentioned, well, I didn't mention on this, but I had said to you before, theater's there. Nothing I think trumps the acting more than a theater performance. And people go out to those shows all the time. There's Broadway, and a lot of theater performers go into film and TV. I think we're always going to need shows and television shows, and people want to see an authentic person. I don't think, in some ways, yes, it could be a threat, but there's also voiceover work that people can do. Video game work. There's narrations. There's now podcast shows. There's so many different areas that you can go into when it comes to performing arts. And I think it just, when you see something, I guess, as a barrier, you just have to find a way to get from it. Like there was a point in my career where I wasn't getting any auditions, and I had to find a way to still continue working, and I did. So it's just, you got to find a way to make, I guess, that setback work for you in some way of just doing something that, if AI is a threat, then find a way for you to continue doing what you're doing without it being a threat. If that makes any sense.
It does. Great. So now let's talk about pirating. I remember, Jasmine, you were saying that you've watched a whole film on TikTok before.
Yes, full movie.
No way. That's like, I don't know. Is that pirating or not? Imagine you've done this film that you want to, take it to film festivals. You want to distribute it to the bigger, studios like Amazon Studios, like Netflix, and all of a sudden somebody puts it on social media and everybody has seen it. Let's talk about that part. Is that okay? I mean, I see that's happening a lot. I saw this movie. This was a Nigerian movie by Funke Akindele. And it was Tribe of Judah. It was so much on Instagram, like everywhere. When she does films, her advertisements are always heavy on social media. And then later on, I realized that she had come to YouTube to talk about how she's ready to sue people because people are putting her film on social media, and then people are watching it for free. And then she's trying to tour around to get her film, to get the money that she used for the film. And then people already put it on social media. Is that okay? Because I know it has happened to one or two people in the industry. When that happened, is that okay?
I feel like Jamal is the right person to answer this question. Because I would take watching a free movie on any platform.
Jamal, take it as if you got this money funding, great. Like you did, or Jessica, this feature film that you're going to do. There's money involved. People have invested in it, like only for you to go to social media to see the whole film there, that people are watching. So if you want to take it to cinemas and film festivals, I mean, people have already watched it. They're not going to take that film. How will you feel?
I could speak on that if it's okay.
Yeah.
Piracy has been a part of the film industry from literally the beginning of time. Since the first moment I picked up a camera, like people were bootlegging movies and putting it on DVDs and all kind of stuff. Like it's just one of those things that you don't have the ability to control. The with the part of advertising and marketing a film, or distributing it, whether it's going to theater or whatever it's going to, right? I think one of the key things is like ensuring that the people that are involved with the film are trustworthy, right? Because piracy only happens when it's leaked, right? You can only get that to happen when somebody in the camp is leaking the content somewhere, right? So ensuring that only the people that have the ability to, let's say if it's the editors and directors and the producers are the only people that are seeing the final film, those are the type of people that have to be trustworthy and have the team's best interests at heart. That's the only real thing that you can really try to do. And when you do market on social media and things like that, you more than anything else is that you want to try to create that connection with an audience that makes them want to go out and watch the film, right? If somebody wants to watch it for free, I can't do anything about that. But if I promote this film in a way that it connects with people where they're like, wow, that was amazing. I want to go and watch that now at the theater. That's the best thing that you can do as a filmmaker or a creator is to really just take the story of the film, put it in the platforms that you want people to see, and then, you know, allow it to do what it's going to do if you did your job correctly. You have to take ownership to making a good film.
Jessica, you want to add up to it? I know Jasmine saying that, okay, this is not me because I love free movies. I love to watch it free.
Well, if there's copyright on the film, wouldn't it be like on some platforms it would be taken down? You know, actually there's a film that I was in, and last night I seen a notification that someone they uploaded it to their channel.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because I posted a clip from the film, I think maybe because I've done that, the information was there, and then I got the notification about them uploading the full film. So I can request to have it removed, but I don't think always there's a guarantee of that.
And imagine the number of people that have already watched it.
Yeah, right. And then you have it on these platforms so people can watch it and you actually see some kind of monetary gain from it. But, you know, touching on what Jamal said, I think just doing, you know, a phenomenal job with your advertising and promoting and you know, getting people to emotionally invest in wanting to see the film is key, because that's what people go out and support films for. It's not, you know, like necessarily, they want to go watch the film, they also like want to support it as well. So you want to get people engaged also, you know, and social media helps with doing that as well.
That's amazing. Absolutely. Do you guys think so with this right, do you guys think the traditional story making is losing its fight to social media?
I don't think so. I don't think so. If we compare, let's say, a film to a short, right? Um, at the end of the day, the most important thing about a film is its story, right? Like no matter how you advertise it, if the movie's story sucks, people are gonna talk about the movie sucking because they didn't like the story, right? So I don't think that's threatened at all with social media. Social media, I feel like I think Jasmine said it. Social media is a tool that gets people to where you want them to go, essentially. So my social media is not just for likes and comments or whatever, right? It's to take that attention to either my website or to contact me directly to then do what I did on my social media for that, right? It's just a tool to get people to where I need them to go. So if you're using social media the way that I mean you should be, right? It's an amazing tool for creatives.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think social media can ever replace long form storytelling. If anything, I think it's just changing how people find it and engage with it. And that's why I said you can think of social media as the trailer, except the trailer has to go viral or probably turn into a meme or something, and then just drive people to, you know, the main thing, which is the movie. So yeah, that's the little I wanted to add to it.
Amazing. So I have this question for Jessica. So what we did with this panel too is we sent a questionnaire out there to anybody who want to ask questions to our speakers. Somebody posted a question to you, Jessica. This lady said she want to be an actress, right? But she feel I want to be an actress. I want to. Wow. Okay, let me rephrase this question for her. One second, guys. Okay, so basically she want to be an actress. She want to know if social media can help her groom her to be an actress, or she has to, you know, go to acting school, because she's heard that people be actors off social media. Do you get what she's trying to ask you?
I think so. And, you know, I get this question a lot. So I'm going to try to it down, summary, do it, you know, just kind of shorten it down. Yeah. If she wants to be an actress, social media can help. And I'm not talking about, doing reels with a voiceover. That I think if you want to just have fun and get your face out there, it can help because maybe something like that can go viral. But I think if you're going to utilize social media, there's stuff like Monologue Slam, I think World Monologue. These are online platforms that you can submit monologues for, and that I think is going to really help you to feel more comfortable with memorizing lines, getting you out of your comfort zone. They even do an in-person monologue slam. Um, there's also, showcases that you can do scenes. There's one that I saw posted recently, which I may even, enter into. Also like with branding yourself, getting yourself out there, maybe doing some skits that can also help. Um, I do think training is important. I wish I started training earlier in my career. I think I was just ignorant to the fact that I didn't necessarily need training. And once I did get training, I understood why actors do train. You can tell a bad actor from a good actor most time, and it's because they haven't properly prepared, or they're not educated on what it entails. Or maybe they didn't they just they didn't they just didn't prepare enough. That's what it comes down to. I'm sure Denzel has a coach. Education I think is important in all areas, and including with acting. So if you don't end up going to school and taking performing arts, which I wish if I could go back, I would do that, because you can build a strong foundation from that. Take an acting course before you even I think about getting an agent. An acting course I think is more important to build that foundation, to know what you're getting yourself into. And even those courses, they will also help guide you. Those instructors will help guide you to understanding the industry before you even get into it, because you don't want to ruin your chances by putting yourself out there and not being ready.
Amazing. Yeah, I'll just say that I'm just going to say one or two things to this girl. Acting is more than just sitting on social media and just, saying that, okay, I saw somebody on YouTube teaching acting, so I'm just going to base on that and be an actor or an actress. No. So acting, being a good actor or an actress, that you have to be like camera worthy or screen worthy. You have to put in the work, putting in the work. It means that going to get education that you need, getting the coaches, getting the mentors. Like if people put up, I know Real Words, even this film festival like Banff, they put out boot training for people who want to grow in the industry. Go for that. If you see anything, because you want to be on social media, if you see anything good, anything that, even if you have to put money in it, because this is something that's going to produce the money for you, extra money for you at the end of it. So just sitting on social media and then following people teaching acting is not enough, my dear.
Add one. I saw Denzel talking to an influencer. It was like a clip on social media, and he had said to him, don't do theater. That's how you're going to learn how to act. These skits or whatever, that's going to teach you how to really know what acting is. And it's true. And this is why I want to actually do theater. It is kind of hard to do TV and film and theater because the schedulings can clash. But at one point, I do want to do a theater play, because I never had the chance to do that, and I think it would be really cool and exciting to do. And like I said, acting is built with the foundation of theater. People, I think, forget that. They're like, they see the TV, they see you on TV and film or shows. But a lot of actors that I've seen excel very quickly, they are theater actors. A lot of them, like when I'm on sets, most of the time it's a theater actor that has booked the role. A lot of.
Yeah, that's so true. For instance, if I directing, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
If I'm directing a show, I'm producing it, I'm more likely to take a theater actor
Mhm.
than somebody coming in, because a theater actor is more groomed to take up anything and is more likely to bring the subject to life than somebody coming straight from an acting school,
I agree.
because
I
yeah.
did also. There's one thing that stuck with me with my first acting class, and the instructor had said, you know, life experience too also trumps sometimes your education, because you can, like, a lot of people, or not a lot, but like, a lot of people think they can't get into acting maybe later on in life, but it's possible. You can be an actor at any age, I think, and the later on that you do become an actor, all that life experience, it's going to help you when you're developing characters or roles. There's roles that I've gotten just because of my life experience.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much, Jasmine. This question is for you. This question is for you. So, this person want to be a beauty influencer like yourself.
Right.
What is your advice for her? She says she want to be a beauty influencer in Toronto greater area. Is it GTA, Greater Toronto
Yes.
area?
Yeah.
What would be your advice for her? She said she's shy, she's camera shy, but she want to do it. What would
Uh,
be
that is cute. Yeah, well, I don't really do beauty. I do lifestyle, but I guess it's pretty much the same. I do a little bit of beauty. I get a lot of people asking me this kind of question, like, oh, I'm shy, I can't be in front of the camera. But I'm always telling them that you're literally the only person in the room. You're talking to your camera. There's no one watching you when you're recording. And I'm always telling them to pretend as if they're talking to a friend or family if they feel like they need to have some sort of module to talk to. But why are you shy when you're the only one in the space? The only thing that you can possibly be shy about is after you've posted the content and then you're like, okay, I look cringy, or like people might probably think I'm weird or whatever, which I understand, but to put yourself out there, you have to try to overcome that. Because if you're not showing people your personality or your real self and just talking to them like you would a friend or a family, a lot of people wouldn't be able to relate to you. So practice, try recording a couple of clips here and there, watch it over, correct your mistakes, check your composure. Are you being yourself? Are you smiling? Are you happy? Are you actually enjoying what you're filming? People can always sense
yeah.
that through your videos. Like if you're robotic, or she's nervous, or like she's reading, like, just keep practicing. It gets easier. Trust me, when I started, I was very uncomfortable. And half of the time I thought I was cringy. I couldn't watch myself even when I was editing. So it takes practice, it takes time. You're not gonna get it in a day. Just keep trying. And once people can tell your personality through your content, you then have all the brands reaching out to you. And before you know it, you're a beauty influencer with PR packages coming in every week and getting brand new. So yeah, just keep trying. I'll tell you
Mhm.
to try, basically.
Can I
Yeah.
can I add to that? Can I add to
Yes,
that?
please go
Because
ahead.
my YouTube journey was definitely cringe as well.
Mhm.
There's no, like, I look at some of the first videos that I ever put out on YouTube and I'm like, oh my
Oh
goodness,
my
this is
God.
like
Same.
really bad.
This is
This is
bad.
really bad. But what I think a lot of people, especially if they're going to be going on like the YouTube route, is that they
Yeah.
have to like just realize like your first few videos are going to suck. They are
Yes.
going to
Mhm.
suck,
Hmm.
right? But as you practice and as you keep posting and as you keep practicing, you're speaking to camera and stuff, you're eventually going to get better and better and better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing that's even like crazier about like YouTube
Mhm.
is like the audience likes to see that growth as well. So they'll
Mhm.
see your
Yeah.
current video and they'll be
Yeah.
like, oh wow, this is such a great video. Then they'll go back and look at every single thing that you posted
That's
before
true.
and they
Hmm.
really like love looking at you progress
Hmm.
throughout your YouTube career. So my advice to those type of people is like just do it. Like
Yeah.
I said, your first few videos are going to be bad. No matter how good you think you're doing it, they're going to be bad. And
Yeah.
as you continue to do it, like you start seeing the progress, you get your confidence grows, and you can only get better if you practice. So you might as well
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah. Just to add a little bit to that, I'm just trying to remember back when I started in YouTube. My content was definitely terrible, and I've had a lot of people that have followed my journey from when I started that are constantly saying, "Oh my God, your editing has gotten better, the video
Mhm.
quality, the way you express yourself." So yeah, with practice and with time, you will get there for sure.
Mhm. Mhm. Can we sort of give advice to people? I mean, our audience right now. Let's narrow it down to our audience. Can we sort of give advice to them of social media and film? So those people who want to be on the screen, people who want to be in the industry, can we sort of give advice to them how they should start up? So we can set up by social media, doing content creation, just doing videos of yourself and whatsoever. Can we just talk to them that it doesn't always start from the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it starts from somewhere,
Yeah.
and it's okay if you start from that. What is it called? It's okay if you start from Instagram. It's okay if you start from TikTok. It's okay if you start from, you have to start from somewhere to get to somewhere. you
Yeah.
know I'm open to you guys advice, whatever you guys want to talk about. I just want us to give them advice, because most of them were like, "Oh, I want to do film. I want to be an actress. I want to be a cinematographer. I want to do this, but like, I don't want to do it for YouTube. I don't want to do it for TikTok. I don't want to keep posting videos. That doesn't make sense. I want to
Mm.
just get the auditions. I want to just go to the bigger places." I'm like, okay, calm down. Let's talk about this.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I'll talk about like how it works for me on social media right now, and just in
Mhm.
terms of transferring it to like actual clients that want to use my service. My
Mhm.
social media right now is like my portfolio, and it's like the raw parts of my portfolio, I'll say. So yes, I do post like the finished product on my social media, but what got more engagement and got people more I guess interested in me and what I do is like the behind the scenes of like
Yep.
of production. Right?
Yep.
People don't get to see that all the time. They don't get to understand like why certain decisions are made a lot of the time. So coming to my social media page, you get some of that insight. You get to see a team at work. You get to understand why we put a light here versus there. You get to, understand those technical things that make a video better, we'll say, right? So where I'm going with that is like you really should forget about the end goal, which is, let's say, becoming a feature film director, let's say that's like, or DP or whatever, that's like your end goal. You want to shoot a feature film and start
Mhm.
focusing on building an audience and sharpening your skills and using the social media to do those things. Because
Mhm.
what happens is once you start utilizing those platforms the proper way or a better way, when let's say a producer sees my Instagram, they might see a couple of things. They're like, oh, he's done this before, this is great, let me reach
Mhm.
out to him.
Yep.
So you never
I
know
mean, that's
like
how
what
I
type
got to
of.
all of you, anyways. That's
Yeah.
how I got to all of you.
Exactly. On social media, right? So it's like you put it out there,
Guilty.
you let it do its thing, and then hopefully, the right eyes see you, and then they
Mm-hmm.
reach out. And then before you know it, you're working in Jamaica on a documentary. You know what I mean? So you just got to put yourself out there and just forget about everything else.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And
I
for me, I always tell a lot of people because they look at other influencers or other YouTubers and they see them with all the fancy cameras and the gadgets, and they're wondering like, when can I afford a $2,000 camera? Exactly. And I'm always telling them when I started YouTube, I was using my phone. The only
Mhm.
thing is, initially, I started using my front camera, and I realized the back camera quality is better. And I started using my back camera, and then it transitioned. I grew, and I realized that, okay, at some point, I can get a better camera and start filming. But when you're starting, you have a few things on you that you can use. Like you can get a clip light and put it on your phone and shoot content. People
Mhm.
don't care as long as you just put it out there. Like for YouTube, I think people just sometimes just want content to watch. They're not even looking at the little details that you're so concerned about. So
Hmm.
yeah, just start, put it out there, and you never know who's gonna find you.
Hmm. Such an inspiration. I love both of you. I love what you just said. It's an inspiration.
On that, similar to what Jasmine had mentioned, starting with what you have. When I started out, I was self-submitting to different projects just to get started with work, and I used pictures or photos that I had from like 5 years ago that I took with a professional photographer. So I just used what I had because at the time I couldn't buy professional photos, and like when it comes to acting, you're finding work on different sites like casting sites, but social media is also a tool because sometimes producers are coming to your social media like Jamal said, and directors, castings coming there. Maybe they might be looking for someone who specializes in a special skill and they want to see what's on your feed. That's happened where casting has literally
all the time.
Even the feature film that I'm working on next month, the director found me on social media. So I'm doing something right, and like how I use my social media is in some ways of like branding and a portfolio. So I'll brand myself and also make sure that I'm posting things that are acting related, because if you don't post it, it doesn't really exist in most cases. And when I do post the work that I'm doing, people, they see that I'm working, they see I'm active. I'll have people even send me sometimes castings because they know that, this girl's actively working. So it's just only gonna help you. And it's not easy when you have other things going on, but you should still have some type of presence. So if people are looking for you, they can find you.
Yeah.
And Jessica, sorry, Julia, can I say one more thing in regards to that? I want to paint the picture of, imagine I'm a DP and I'm working with a producer and a director, and they're like, well, we want to know, they're looking for an actor or actress to fill this role. And I say, oh, I know someone that's amazing. Her name is Jessica. You should go check her out. And they go to Jessica's Instagram, and there's nothing on there except her like petting her dog, or you know just doing a bunch of random stuff that's completely unrelated to the conversation that we had, right? It's your resume. It's a part of like what people come and look for to find out if you're even qualified to reach out to. So by taking the time and posting those things, it's adding credibility to who you are as a actor, director, YouTuber, whatever you want to be. So you have to do it.
Yeah.
You don't know how many people per day are mentioning your name and saying, go check this person out, right? And if you're not prepared, then why would they reach out to you?
Exactly.
That's so true.
That's
so true.
I
would say that use the social media just like what Jamal said. Your social media is your resume in this industry. Every industry is different. Some industry, you go to your LinkedIn, I mean, everything is there, but like in the entertainment industry, your Instagram, your YouTube, those are like the major ones that people go and look you up from. So take it up like what you want people to see, your resume. Just like how when you need this job, desperately want to do this job, you send out your resume, they see what you have done on it, your experiences and all that. Take your YouTube as that, or your Instagram as that. If you're applying to be, okay, I want to be an actress, I want to be a production assistant, I need to see something production assistant on your YouTube, on your Instagram, because I cannot just say, okay, I'm going to take a chance on you. I don't see anything that you've done, in the industry, but I'll take a chance on you. Zero chances that somebody will say that, okay, I'm taking a chance on you. And sometimes before you even get these auditions, people will have just really Googled you up for sure, before. Like I did this panel discussion in Toronto, and the moderator mentioned something. She was asking me a question, and she mentioned, oh, you just got nominated to be one of the 100 Black women in Canada. I'm like, I've not even put it in out there yet. I haven't. That time I hadn't put it out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't put it out there yet. How did you find out? And like, oh, I needed to do my research. And I'm like, okay, this is good research, So put what you need people to know out there.
Yeah.
Because you have no idea who is going to chance on it? You have no idea. The room is going to take you to. You have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stop putting things on your social media that doesn't count to your where you're going. Start reframing your social media. If you need a brand strategist to do something for you on your social media, reach out to some brand strategists that can take some. If you don't have money or anything, do it. Watch YouTube videos how to rebrand yourself on your social media, and that will go a long way for you. So whoever
Yeah.
asked this question, I'm very sure we've really answered you.
Yeah, we've said a lot. So.
For actors,
Yeah.
I sometimes I don't even want to post, but even just having headshots, there's up there. There's an actor that I know. He just has all his headshots on his page, so
Yeah.
people there they could see it. And for
Yeah.
me, like I'm not a YouTuber, but I started just posting scenes of work that I've done. So
Yeah.
in some ways, that's like my demo reel. If you just go to my YouTube and want to see projects that I've done, see my range, and I just thought about doing that a few months ago, and I got a lot of traction even from doing that. Allowed me to get the first stage of monetization. So people were actually tuning in to what I was posting as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for me, that's pretty much how brands find me. If they do come on my page and I don't have anything skincare related, for example, obviously they wouldn't want to work with me because I'm doing something else. So I've had so many brands reach out to me based off videos that I thought were random, or just like, oh, I just want to post it. I feel like posting, and then I end up collaborating with such a brand. So just keep posting and keep doing it. You're gonna see them come your way. Surprisingly.
Keep doing it. That's keep doing it. That's the word. Keep doing it and keep going, because you have no idea, Yeah. And then for Jamal, this person, okay, this is going to be a little practical. So this person want you to step by step, right? This person want you to tell him how to start up. Okay, I don't know if if you are willing to give that information out, but this person this person want to be a cinematographer. This person want to be a YouTuber. What are some of the things that he would need to start up? Starting up, and what would be some of the nuggets that you give it to him? In starting up.
I'm interested
Okay.
too. So
Yeah, definitely. I would say in my career, one of the most important things was I didn't go to film school. I'll tell you guys that right now. I never went to film school. I learned how to use a camera on YouTube, right? That was my YouTube University, right? But what really started to let's say shape my career was reaching out and finding a mentor, because a mentor will teach you things that you don't even know to ask YouTube, if that makes sense, right? So finding a mentor, somebody that's willing to take you to different places and show you things like on a one versus one type of situation,
yeah.
that's really going to help you. The second thing is to collaborate with people. I guess within your industry, or within the space that you're trying to work with. So what I mean by that is, if I'm a cinematographer, I want to collaborate with other cinematographers on projects that are not necessarily, let's say, paid projects, but like passion projects. Like, hey, I have this idea. I want to put this out, like let's say on socials or whatever, and I want to work with you on this. What do you think? Right? Like those kind of things are. I think that environment of like it's called spec ads, right? In the space, it's called spec ads. What that allows you to do is, first of all, exercise your creativity, because you got to come up with the idea from scratch. That's the first thing. Then the second thing would be building a team. So get your team together to go out and create this spec ad, right? And what's really good about them is that there's no repercussions. It's like if you're working with a client and you screw up, you're in trouble, right? But when you're doing a spec ad and you don't do it perfectly to what you guys, were trying to do, there's no repercussions. It's all learning, and you can then take those mistakes, right? They say mistakes is the best way to learn. You take those mistakes, you go and you take those mistakes, you take it to the next project, and then you fix them. And then that production for that spec ad is going to make you that much better. And then once
Yeah.
you start doing that a couple of times, right? You build a team, you find a mentor, you start doing your spec ads. Then you start sharing information about what you've learned or how you've done it or whatever on your social media to start building that community, we'll say, where
Yeah.
people are more trusting to who you are, what you do.
Yeah.
So that would be my, I would say those are three steps that I would say. Find a mentor, collaborate with others, and then start sharing your experiences on social media.
Mm, mm. So what are some of the startup gadgets that they need? Um,
To
they
start.
ask for that, something to start up with, you know.
So like
As you
equipment wise,
mentioned, yeah,
or
yeah,
what are they
equipment
talking about
wise,
specifically?
equipment wise.
Okay. Shameless plug. I do have a filmmaking course online that that is going to teach you these certain things, right? Because I'll be honest
Mhm.
with you, it's impossible for me to tell you what's the perfect camera because there isn't a perfect camera.
Yep.
I could tell you more about what type of cameras are good for certain situations. So, for example, if you want to be uh, let's say a wildlife videographer, right? What type
Mm,
of equipment would that type of person need? If you want to shoot short films, what type of equipment you should be looking at to do that, right?
mhm,
So it's
Yeah.
very specific
mhm,
depending on
mhm,
what type of thing you want to shoot because there is not a perfect camera. I use a $30,000 camera to shoot my projects, but I
mm,
can never take that $30,000 camera and go shoot a club because it doesn't have the greatest low light capabilities,
Yeah.
right? There's different
Yeah.
cameras that are going to be better suited for that. So
Yeah.
yeah, again, find a mentor, do something like that to understand what type of things you actually want to shoot, and then they can help
mhm.
you figure out the type of equipment or things like that that you should look into to get that off the ground.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add a little bit to it in
Mhm,
terms of YouTube. I would say doing your research is your best bet when it comes to YouTube too. I learned how to edit my videos, what applications to use by watching YouTube videos. So you're gonna learn a lot just watching other people too. Especially for me when I started, I also do wig tutorials sometimes, and my first couple of weeks looked horrifying, and I got better with time by just watching other
mhm,
people install wigs. So pretty much just watch other people learn, practice, and for gadgets as well. Like Jamal was saying, there are different gadgets that you can use to shoot different kind of content. I have an action camera, I have a professional camera, I have a DJI Osmo that I take with me for vlogging. I also have my phone for certain types of content. So yeah, you're gonna learn with time, with practice as you keep going. So yeah, I mean
mhm.
that's pretty much your best bet.
Amazing. Jessica, you want to add anything to it?
When it comes to acting, I mean, using your phone is pretty good
Mm,
enough, but I do know that there's some actors that have a professional like DSLR
Yeah.
camera, and if you're shooting like scenes, TV and film, it may be good to invest in something like that because when you get those
Mhm.
auditions, you really want them to be like high quality. Um,
Mhm.
right now, I have my ring lights in front of me. This is, I think, key, especially if you're going to be shooting on your phone because it helps the camera look a lot better even
mhm,
just a phone. Also too, I had a coach who was mentoring us on like equipment to use, and during COVID,
Sorry guys.
we're doing a lot of virtual um, auditions. So
mhm,
I'm using right now is a laptop tripod, which I didn't even know existed until she recommended that we get one. But yeah, I think for like if it's pertaining to acting, you really want to just invest in a good ring light. And
mhm.
your phone should be fine. Some people have to use books, until you have enough funds to invest in your equipment. But
I got books
Sure.
here.
Yeah.
My laptop is on my book.
yeah, and I mean I didn't have the laptop tripod until I started getting more auditions, and I realized I need it when I'm having
Yeah.
meetings and stuff. But yeah, I mean you can just work with what you have, even if you don't have a ring light. There's natural light. I've learned that you
Yeah.
can just use the light from a window if you face a certain way, um,
Mhm,
and yeah, just make it work. That's
mhm.
I think the best thing you could
Yeah.
do is just work with what you have if you have to.
Natural lights are the
Can I
best.
can I also add? Can I also add? My very first camera. that started my entire career and made me my first dollar as a creative was
Mm.
the iPhone 3GS.
What?
So if I was
iPhone
able to
what?
take
I don't remember
an
what that is.
iPhone,
That's so
yeah,
old.
right. It was so old. It was so old. But that was my first camera, and it was the only camera that I had. And I took
Wow.
that and I found a little like what do you call it, like a phone holder kind of thing, and I put that
Oh,
on a
okay.
tripod, and I
Wow.
just literally was panning left to right. I couldn't even go up and down on the tripod. I
Whoa.
could just go left to right, and that made me my first $600, right?
What?
Oh,
I made my
Wow.
first $600 with my iPhone, and then I took that money and I bought a used camera with a like a 50 millimeter lens or something for like $500. And then I just started editing on my I just had a little MacBook at the time that I started editing on. So that is it. You guys probably heard it here first. That is how Flash Forward's career started, with an iPhone
Wow.
3GS.
That's
yeah.
impressive. It's impressive. Wow. So now you see, you don't have an excuse to say, okay,
No,
I
no,
need
you
this,
You
don't.
I
don't.
need that, I
You
need that.
don't.
No, what you need, you have it in front of you.
I
Yep.
You know, we don't have to start seeing you on a big screen for you to know that, okay, now I can do acting or I can do content creation. No,
Yeah.
what you have it in front of you. You can start with your phone, you can get like ring light, and also you see your social media. I mean, at first that we didn't know the impact of social media, we would just follow anybody that we want to follow. No, now we know the impact of social media. Follow the people that are doing the things you want to do.
Mhm.
Yes,
You
I want to
Yes.
see.
yes, the things you want to do, things you want to see, things you don't know how to do that you're now trying to know how to do them.
Yeah.
Jamal, cinematographer, I want to learn how, they put camera, whatever, whatever. So let me go follow Jamal,
Mm-hmm.
flash forward, go follow him, you get to know how he's doing it. It can be as little as how he's fixing the camera on the tripod. I kid you not, in journalism school, I couldn't figure it out how to put a camera on a tripod. I tried so hard. Every time, every time they have this big tripod and a big camera, and I couldn't. Like, every time my group's turn to, film, they would not put me behind the camera because they know I can't do it. They know I can do it. So they will quickly push me away from the camera. But if you put me in front of the camera, I can do something real good. You know,
Yeah.
to get to know what you can do and what you cannot do, start working on it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this industry doesn't wait for anybody to get better.
Mm-mm.
You get better by doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Exactly
that's
that.
my little advice for whoever asked this question. You have what you need. Follow the people that are doing it. Get mentors. Like, people actually really offer themselves to be mentors.
For
Sometimes,
free.
yeah, for free. You don't have to pay anything. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to take it, as if you want to do what Jasmine is doing, DM her. Jasmine, if people DM you, please answer them.
I get them all the time. Believe that.
DM her. I want to know how you do this. She will respond to you, and then if you
Yeah.
have to put up a tea date or coffee date, no, she will do it. If you want to know how you can get, audience, like Jessica, what Jessica is doing, if you know how, get to know how I can win this role, I can, audition for that, speak up, like how to even sit straight in front of a camera and then audition.
I get asked how to get started all the time. I actually
All the time. Yeah.
but I like what Jamal's doing with the course, because
Mhm.
people that will ask you, but they're not serious. And I
Yes.
sometimes now vet people who I do take time to answer those questions for, because before
Mhm.
I used to be completely open, you send a paragraph of, detailed instructions on what you need to do. And
Mhm.
there's been times that, I don't even get a thank you. Like I've had
Oh,
Yeah.
times.
True.
see,
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah.
It seems like it's
Yeah.
it's a waste of time for people who are not serious, but there have been people that I've poured into that I've seen
Mm.
just excel and
Yeah.
do the things that I had suggested, and
Mhm.
that makes me feel really good that I can help someone in, that way. But I think too, if you are reaching out, be serious about what you're asking
Be
of people.
serious, for sure.
We're busy people, so
Yeah,
time
be
to
serious.
let's take
Because
the
I
time.
find that to be a lot of sacrifice, to just put at the time to invest in a total stranger. Some things you don't know this person from anywhere, but you think something in her that you can, you think you can invest in it, and then you start investing, and then they're like, "Shoop, you're gone," and they're not even using it anywhere.
It's happened so many times. It's
when
happened
that's
so many times.
I just realized I got to make sure who I'm taking the time to speak to is worth speaking to. And, I might even do an ebook like, what Jamal has with the course, because with everyone that's asking, I can, it'd probably make more sense because the people that are serious are going to actually pay for the course or for
get it. Yes.
And you'll have all that information to give to the masses. Like, even just I think yesterday, someone asked me about how to get their kids into modeling and acting. I get parents asking me that all the time. And there's a lot that is involved with that, just
acting. Wow.
And people don't. Pardon?
I said, that's a lot. Oh my God. That's a lot to have a kid on set.
Yeah.
It is. That's a whole different thing. Like,
a whole different thing.
You're responding to emails for them. You're doing the self-tape. You're pretty much doing everything for them. I know people that are actors and have kids that are actors, and it's nonstop. Yeah.
Like, and can I just say, just to add to what Jessica's saying, like what you said was so real. Like they reach out, they ask for, information, and they don't even say thank you. Like they're just gone. And it's like, okay, great. But with my course, right? I say to
You can
people, and
introduce
I'll
your
be
course, okay? You can introduce it.
okay. So I can do that. Yeah, it's called Filmmaker Pro, and it's an all-in-one filmmaking course. So we go through the equipment, the technical parts of creating content, the creative parts of creating anything really. We go into the business as well and the editing. And what I was going to say is, you can come on Instagram and ask me what's the best camera I should get, right? And like I said before, it's impossible for me to tell you the best camera to get because there is no best camera. It's all based on what you want to do with it. And then with something like the course, I took time. When I say I took time, I'm going to say it's like 20 years worth of experience that I took of my time to answer this question in a way that actually helps you. And it is impossible for me to, explain 20 years of experience in an Instagram DM. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you that same information. And then on top of that, I'm going to tell you what type of microphones you should look at, what type of lights you should look at, what
A
type of
lot of
stabilizers you
information.
should look at. Like it's a lot more information that you can
That's a
get
lot.
from something like that than just reaching out to me in a DM and trying to get a fast
Yeah.
answer that you're not even going to use.
Yeah. I should probably get an ebook too.
We should both.
Absolutely.
You guys should. You guys should, because every information goes a long way, because it's not, that's also, it's called a show business. You are in it. This is business. The kind of knowledge that you put in people, for them not to use it, that's like, a waste of time and a waste of money as well. So put it into something like a boot camp, an ebook, whatever. Let's get it. I mean, once you do it, people who are very serious in getting something out of it will chase you for it. Will chase you for it.
I mean, I would love to give the information out for free, but like Jessica said, they're just people that are so unserious. And like after wasting my time and putting all that information together, you either didn't use it for anything, I didn't even get it, thank you. So might as well just, get something out of it. Get something out of it.
Don't get me wrong. I love giving advice to people that I see potential. And I've done that a few times. And like there was a girl that I met on set, and she was a PA, and she had asked me for advice. And now she's in the Actors Union, and she did like a big national commercial. And it was just by me, giving her certain advice. And I think that contributed to her, being where she is now. I mean, I'm not taking all the credit, but I'm just saying it's like, people who are just starting out and I see potential in, I will help them and that I can. And, it just, you just can't do it with everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
acknowledge people, acknowledge people. In this industry, it's so easy for somebody to just boo you out.
Yeah.
There are some people that will genuinely invest in you, not because of what you have, but because of what they've seen in you, you know.
Mhm.
So acknowledge, acknowledge, acknowledge. If you have to write another email saying thank you for just even providing this one tip to me, write the emails, send them their socials. Thank you so much. It doesn't take anything away from you. It just makes the person feel like, okay, oh, I did something good today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Time. We're really, really, really the time is fast spent. So what would be you guys what would be your last advice to people? People how to use social media and how to go into the traditional filmmaking, people who want to like who are trying to navigate between those two, or people
Um,
who are seeing social media taking over
mhm.
traditional filmmaking. What would be your last advice to
So, so
people?
my advice for anybody that's trying to become either a DP, cinematographer, videographer, YouTuber, whatever, right?
Mhm,
Um, Take the time to sharpen your skills.
mhm,
So again, by finding a mentor, by going on YouTube or those type of things to learn different things that you don't know, and then actioning those things that you learn. I think that's more important than learning anything is the actions that's put behind it. So with what I do with my team, I have a very close team. I work with 4 people, and we talk every single Wednesday. And when we do talk to each other, it's about what kind of wins did we have? What kind of things didn't work? What kind of things can we work on? Sharing information, sharing general information that's like kind of happening in the industry, and then coming together and we work on those spec ads like I mentioned before, where we're actually taking all that information that we read and we looked at and we talked about and doing something with it. The
Mhm.
doing part is what makes you a better person, and what gets people to actually see what you're capable of. And then
mhm,
what I would say where it comes to relating to social media is, when we do these spec ads, when we do these kind of things, we try to always capture like behind the scenes
mhm,
content, and showcase that on our socials so people see the type or how big of a production we're capable of. They see all the lights, they see all the cameras, they
mhm,
see a crew, and they're like, wow, these guys are like really doing this. Right. And those kind of things is what's going to help, like I said, when a producer or a director or whoever comes to your page to look at who you are and what you're capable of, they then have a starting point to understand, like, is this a safe bet for me to reach out to? And then from there you just build. And that would be
mhm.
my final piece of advice.
Amazing.
Just to add up to that, I would say start. The longer you wait, time is just going.
Yeah.
And the earlier you start, the better. Everybody started from somewhere. Everybody with a huge following started from one follower and it started building up. Just create the content, be yourself, don't stress about it. It's not as hard as you think. People post content in their bonnet every day. Sometimes the content don't even make sense and it's gone viral.
Mhm.
So just might as well just start and keep at it. Do your research, learn from others. You can watch other content creators, pick a few things from there that you like and add in your own content. Find your own style, your own niche. Don't try to copy people. It's never the same. People love it when you're yourself. Don't stress about it so much, and especially when you're starting. I know some people starting, they're like, oh, I can't wait to make money like influencers. When you start, trust me, you're probably not going to make anything for the first couple of years, and don't stress about it. It takes time. People started making money after a while as well. For me, as an example, I didn't even know you could make money from social media. When I started it for fun. I was just creating content because I enjoyed making content, and before I knew it, I had brands and companies reaching out to me because I was very consistent and I was just posting whatever I liked. And it hasn't changed for me, just being myself and posting the content that I feel is post worthy.
Mm,
Start it, you can do it.
mm,
Nobody is special. So just, everybody is just being themselves. So just go ahead, go for it, and you can do it.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
For any actors that are looking to start their socials, I'd say, have presence. You want to show your personality. You have people coming to your page, they want to see who you are. So, you might not have work. If you don't have work, create a scene and post it. Do a monologue. Or, if you do have work, I think you should constantly be posting your work so people can see, what you're capable of, or what you've been doing, because it helps you to stay relevant. Because like Jamal had said, you never know who's watching. Anyone could be watching, like a casting director, or a producer that's looking for someone like yourself. And I think it's sometimes hard to balance the two, but if you can just try to find a way to stay relevant, if it means like you're not posting every day, but at least have something updated on a weekly, that you show people that you're there. And a lot of people, they connect with you through social media. Like, I went to a networking event on the opening night of the Toronto Black Film Festival, and I connected with a few people just on social media that way. It's like a calling card at this point. So you just want to make sure that you have some type of branding, so people know that you're an actor, and what else do you do other than acting, because that also shows the type of person that you are as well.
That's amazing. I love that. Well, for me, what I'll say is, whatever job that you're looking for, whoever you're looking for is also probably looking for you. But how is the person going to find you? And if the person finds you, what is there to show that my looking for you is really worth it? So like we already discussed, social media, it's now a very, very powerful tool. Very powerful tool. If you don't know how to use it, please get somebody who's going to teach you how to use it. Because whatever you're looking for will find you if you have a good showing, like a good thing on your social media. You'll find anything that you're looking for. And then those of you who ask questions about how to start up, you heard Jasmine. Just start.
That's simple.
That's that simple. Just start. You learn along the way. Just start.
Yes, just start. Don't overthink it, because we need beautiful people like you to start. We need genuine personality like you in the industry. We need that. So just start. Whatever you do, it may not be great. And the first time Jamal told you, and then he is a big cinematographer. So if he's telling you that it's never going to be good from the beginning, please, it's not going to be good from the beginning. That's okay. Yeah. And that's okay. You start from somewhere to get somewhere. You don't get to that somewhere straight up. Exactly. No, nobody ever got to that somewhere straight up.
There's a quote, and one of my favorite quotes: you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great.
To be great. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yep.
You see? Just get there, get it up, go, get up and go, and then get to do what you're doing. If you want to be an actress, an actor, go to social media, follow people who are already doing it. Like I said, we have some free resources out there on social media.
It's just that simple.
It's so free.
They have a feature on Instagram now, the collections. So a lot of times when I see acting posts, I'll actually add it to my collection. So then there's some really good stuff that I'll see, and or just an actor talking about their experiences, and it's motivating to me. And it's like I can now keep a catalog of that, and that's with Instagram, which is free.
Learning all the time too.
All the time.
I edit with different applications, and sometimes I think I have mastered an application, and I'll come across a video or a tutorial with tips and tricks that I never came across, and now I have something in my books as well to enhance my craft. So just keep going.
You have to be willing to learn, because this industry that you're trying to come into, it's not a lazy industry. It's an industry that we are always progressing ourselves, that we are always trying to find new things, that we're always trying to learn something different, So if you're somebody who really want to be in this industry, you have to be ready to learn. You have to be ready to adapt. You have to be ready. We were talking about how social media, people just give you whatever they want to give you. Like they want to say whatever they want to say under your work, you know. Like you may have your heart in that work and somebody will come up and be like, oh, your graphic is so poor. You know, you have to be ready to receive critics, whatever. You have to be ready to adapt all of that. That's all I can say. Social media now, we talked about it. Now we know that it's not here to take filmmaking, traditional filmmaking away, but rather we should see social media as no, we should see social media as a distribution platform, you know, for your film. So whatever film that you're doing, social media is your distribution platform. That's what we talked about. And we also talked about how you should start. We also talk about, you know, you can use a mere phone to start recording and edit it. Now, you know, Apple phones even have iMovies and all that. You know, you can use iMovies, you can, and we have CapCut, right? CapCut, it came free, I think.
That's
and free applications, various, you have a lot of free applications.
So many free. It doesn't have to cost you millions or dollars to start what you're doing. You know, you have to start from somewhere to get somewhere. We talked about that. And then also, these incredible panelists are here at your service. If you need anything, please reach out to them.
DM me, follow, DM. Sign up for the course. I'm here to help.
Bring out to Dom. Jamal has a course going on. Jamal, what's the name of the course again?
It's called Filmmaker Pro. You can find it. You can find it on my website at flashforwardmg.com, or just hit me up on Instagram, DM me about the course, and I'll send you the direct link.
Definitely. And then you can reach out to Jessica at.
You can reach me at Jessie Irie. And that's for all my socials. And you can also check out my YouTube and see different projects that I've worked on. I actually am working on an upcoming TV series that I'm starring in and producing. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
It's called Sip, Slave, Repeat. So look out for it. I also do have a social media called Black Actors Canada. So if you ever want to follow us and see updates of different things happening within the industry, it's something I started during, I think, around COVID time, and wanted to build a community, myself and two other friends of mine. And just follow us if you want to find out more about industry related stuff in the Black community for entertainment in Canada.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Amazing. I'm in love with this. Jasmine, how do we follow you?
You can find me on all platforms at Jasmine Boateng. Look out for my ebook, by the way.
Please, it's coming up. It is coming up. But if you need a producer, I'm here. If you need a cinematographer, Jamal is here. If you need somebody to do a voiceover, Jessica is here.
Team here.
Amazing. Yeah, you got your team. Amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. This was
such
fun.
an insightful.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I learned a lot from all of this.
I'm so glad.
I'm looking forward to this because I am trying to learn more about social media and how. So a lot of you guys are giving Jasmine, just do it. I'm gonna take that advice and just just put myself out there, put the content out there, because I think sometimes we're overthinking and I need to stop.
Yeah, that's true. Even I overthink all the time. I overthink all my content because I'm thinking, is this gonna do well? Are people gonna watch it? Are people gonna enjoy it? But you never know till you put it out there.
Amazing. I think I'm going to take that advice as well because I'm an overthinker as well. I'm like, this thing I'm going to put out there, does it go with the brand? Does it do this? Does it whatever? So I'm going to start doing social media. So I'm going to be a little active, and then I'm also going to follow Jamal's advice of, was it Jamal, Jasmine? You guys are all J. Oh, we all JJJJ. Can you believe that?
I noticed that.
We're all JJJ. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yep. This is the sign.
This friend. That's the sign.
That's the team.
That's amazing. Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. One of you guys said, we should, like if you don't even know how to edit, just go to YouTube, learn how to edit. There are so many tutorials on YouTube and all that. That's one advice that I have taken. I'm going to start because I really don't do good with editing. So that's one advice that I've taken. Thank you guys so much. That's so much great nuggets that you guys have given out. I know very well that anybody that watched this panel will learn a lot, will very much learn a lot. And I'm so thankful to you guys for pouring out your heart into this festival. We're so grateful that you're on this platform.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much for coming on this platform. We are so grateful, and thank you for your knowledge, because I know this is $1 million knowledge that you've given out for free.
She's gonna get the ebook, so
right.
Yeah, ready for it. Please bring it out. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It was great. I enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you. That brings us to the end of the panel discussion. Thank you guys for watching.